boyfriend had a problem with my work friend. About 6 months ago, I got assigned to this massive project at work, the Riverside account. It was one of those high-stakes clients that could really make or break the next phase of my career. I got paired with this guy Tyler from the data analytics team who I'd never worked with before. The project was intense. 3 months of late nights and weekend calls with a client who changed their mind constantly, but Tyler made it manageable. He had this calm presence and could find humor even in the worst moments. By the time we delivered the project and won the account, we'd become genuine friends. After that, we started having lunch together a couple times a week. Nothing formal, just casual hangouts where we'd decompress about work or talk about normal stuff. It was completely platonic and professional. My boyfriend James of 2 years seemed fine with it at first. I'd mentioned Tyler the same way I mentioned anyone else from work, but maybe a month in, James started making comments. He'd notice if I smiled at a text from Tyler or point out how often I was having lunch with this particular coworker. I figured he was just stressed about his own job. Then the comments got worse. James suggested I should eat at my desk instead of going out so much. He'd ask detailed questions about my lunches with Tyler, what we talked about, who paid, did other people join us. One night he asked to see my phone because I'd gotten a work message, and when I said no, he accused me of hiding something. We fought for hours. I started feeling like I had to account for all my time. The easiest thing seemed to be pulling back from the friendship, so I made excuses to skip lunch with Tyler. When Tyler noticed and asked if everything was okay, I admitted James had been acting jealous. Tyler immediately offered to back off if it was causing problems. I told him no, that I wasn't going to stop being friends with someone because of unfounded jealousy. 2 weeks later, James showed up at my office unannounced on a Thursday. He texted me to come to the lobby saying he wanted to take me to lunch. When I said I had plans with Tyler, his whole demeanor changed. He made it clear he wasn't leaving. I canceled on Tyler to avoid a scene at work. That lunch with James was tense and quiet. Something felt fundamentally wrong about the whole situation. About a month later, I got promoted to senior team lead. It was a position I'd been working toward for years, and I was thrilled. Tyler found me in the hallway after the announcement and congratulated me with a quick hug, maybe 3 or 4 seconds. A completely normal professional gesture. James was waiting by my car that evening. I didn't know he was coming. He said he'd seen me through the lobby window with Tyler, and that the hug didn't look professional. He accused me of being inappropriate with Tyler and celebrating my promotion by being intimate with another man. Something snapped. I told him this had to stop, that checking my messages and showing up unannounced and accusing me of cheating over a congratulatory hug was not acceptable, that I'd done nothing wrong and he'd become someone I didn't recognize. James said I was the one giving him reasons to worry, that if I just stopped spending time with Tyler and being defensive, he wouldn't have to act this way. He made it sound like his behavior was my fault. I told him we were done. He said I was choosing Tyler over him. I said I was choosing myself. The next week was a blur of blocked numbers and emotional voicemails, but underneath the sadness, I felt this huge sense of relief. Then Tyler came to my office looking confused. People had been asking him questions about us. Multiple coworkers wanted to know if we'd been involved romantically. Someone was spreading a rumor that we'd had an affair while I was with James. The rumor spread fast. Sympathetic looks in meetings, conversations stopping when I walked up. It was humiliating. Eventually, someone traced it back to a friend of James who worked in the building next door. Once people knew the source, it became pretty obvious what was happening. James couldn't handle being wrong about the breakup, so he tried to rewrite everything to make me the villain. His revenge attempt was so transparent that it mostly backfired. It's been almost 3 months now. The rumors faded after a couple weeks and things are back to normal. I'm doing well in my new role, and Tyler and I still have lunch on Thursdays without me feeling guilty about it. My sister said if I'd given in to James's demands about Tyler, there would have been someone else next. Another friend he felt threatened by, another situation where he'd need to check my phone or show up unannounced. She said the jealousy was just the first test of how much control I'd give up. I think she's right. And honestly, James spreading those rumors after we broke up proved exactly who he is. I still have moments where I wonder if I should have tried harder to work through his jealousy. But then I remember him interrogating me about a 3-second hug after I got promoted. I remember how relieved I felt when it ended. Part of me is sad about losing 2 years with someone I thought I'd build a future with. But mostly, I'm grateful I saw who James really was before we moved in together like we'd been planning, or got more serious. Looking back, the whole thing taught me about recognizing controlling behavior before it escalates, about trusting my judgment when something feels off, about not sacrificing friendships to manage someone else's insecurity. I don't know if I handled everything perfectly, but I do know ending it was the right choice. And James spreading rumors about me confirmed that beyond any doubt.